Hey, Park Central folks, welcome to this week's devotional. I've been thinking again this week about abundance and scarcity. Sometimes during hard days, we wonder about God's abundance, about whether God will be able to provide for us, and we sometimes act as if it's all up to me. Those are the days I think when we need to come back to stories like Jesus feeding the large crowds with the loaves and the fish, feeding huge numbers of people and having baskets full of leftovers. We need to remember that in the presence of God, there is always abundance. And sometimes on the hard days, we wonder about ourselves. There is so much that is needed to turn this world to love and justice. And we might wonder about our own scarcity. We might feel depleted in these days or inept. We might wonder, do I have what is needed for this present moment? Do I have the courage, the heart, the ability to risk something big for something good in this world? We can easily tip over into believing that we are not enough, that we don't have what it takes, or that what we can do seems so minuscule in the face of all that is broken. Many people in Scripture who were called by God have felt this way, and yet God used them. God worked through their lives, no matter their circumstances, their age, their challenges. God's abundance flowed through them. And I was thinking, in addition to all the people who are named in the Bible, the big ones that we remember, like Moses or Mary, there are so many others that we just catch a glimpse of in the stories. People who did what they could with the opportunities that they had from God. Think about the women who we hear about in the Gospels who traveled with Jesus and provided for him. We don't know how many they were. We don't know much about them. Maybe they didn't feel like they were doing something so very important, but they made sure that everyone was fed. God's abundance flowed through them. Mother Teresa famously said, "We feel ourselves that what we are doing is just a drop in the ocean, but the ocean would be less because of that missing drop." We feel that we are just a drop in the ocean. Maybe you feel like just a drop these days, but your drop matters. Do not give up. Do not give in. God's abundance can flow into the world through you. As the Talmud tells us, do not be daunted by the enormity of the world's grief. Do justly now. Love now. Walk humbly now. You are not obligated to complete the work, but neither are you free to abandon it. Take care of yourselves. Pray. Open yourselves to God's abundance. Let God work through you. We'll talk again soon.